What's up?
Yes, ma'am. Understands the hype now.
Exactly. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Otaku Talk Sunday.
Hey, everybody.
Twan's just now seeing the thumbnail for the show. So while I let people kind of come in a little bit, we'll have our thumbnail up because really I just want to look at Sung Jin Woo's chest. I wish I was trying to, if I would have had more time, I would have went through the show and found the screenshot I wanted.
We gonna talk about this later, but y'all need to go read the manga. Please go read the manga.
I don't want
like not even like ahead of the anime,
okay.
But follow along with it so you can really appreciate the Jin Woo you should be seeing.
Do they really give? Do they give a lot of?
I'm gonna share my screen later.
Okay. Do they give you fan service shots of just him being
the manga was a little bit? It's definitely a little bit more salacious than.
Oh really? I thought you were gonna say more tame.
No, it just takes it up a little bit more.
Not
and
salacious.
it's honestly with the way they color it too, give it a little bit depth. They add some reds in there.
Yeah. Is it when you say you read my caption? Is that what you're talking about when I said y'all should have just said that?
Right, you was
if y'all would just live with it.
Right, just started with it. This man
I should have just said he fine.
I think it was no, you said something very specific. You was like, oh yeah, so now y'all really, what is it? So all y'all really needed. Oh, that's what you said.
So all y'all really
need to say.
I would have gave it 10s across the board. Okay. Let's see what I did. Where is my list?
But then y'all would have came in seeing a little bit longer haired Jin Woo and been like,
the peasantry was not
right.
it.
Then we was just watching Jujutsu Kaisen. This is what y'all hyping me up
know.
about.
I was scared. Jujutsu Kaisen had me spoiled, so I was a little scared coming over here, seeing him look like a little ragamuffin for a couple episodes. I feel like it looked like I'm sitting on the floor. Okay, there you go. Now I look like an adult sitting in a chair. But welcome to Otaku Talk Sunday. We like to give people what.
That would be kind of cute though. If you had just sitting on a little pillow, crisscross applesauce.
I'm too old for that. The way my ass and my knees will be hurting by the end of the show. I got old people knees. I can't even sit balled up in my chair too long. When I get up, it hurts.
It's not my knees, it's my lower back.
Really?
Yeah, girl.
That's true. It's not my lower back.
I'll be like this. I'll be like this all show if you let me.
They need a few minutes to get back right. I be limping after I get up if I sit crisscross applesauce. But that's just part of getting older. Before we go ahead and get into solo leveling, because I'm sure we'll talk about it for enough time because we can generally talk about anything for an hour. But this episode is kind of a bridge episode. But just kind of checking in on things we're watching. So I've been watching Peach Girl live on Twitch. Just gonna share with y'all some stuff we've been doing, anime adjacent, I guess. Because this is an anime podcast. So I've been watching Peach Girl live on Twitch with viewers, which has been a journey. We have 3 episodes left. I hate life. I hate Peach Girl. I hate whoever wrote it. I don't know why it was made. It's traumatic. I can't look away. That's how I feel about Peach Girl. Because at this point, it's so old that I feel like if you're like, don't spoil Peach Girl, get out of my face. Right. But we found out Sai was pregnant.
Oh, I did not.
By a grown man. By a grown man. In a way, show be just casually first of all, this nigga's 25, I think. He has a woman who's the school nurse who's his age, who he's dating. They're out on a date because she's like, I got feelings for him. I want to admit my feelings for him finally. She go admit feelings for him. His high school girlfriend pull up. She's like, you're ignoring me for this lady. He slapped the taste out her mouth. She's like, wow, we slapping children now? I don't think I'm into you. I don't know who you are.
Female children?
Yes.
Female pregnant children?
He didn't know yet, but he was like, get out my face talking to me. So he slapped her. And then the lady was like, I don't know if I want to be with you because that was wild. Is she lying? So then they was out walking on a date because they had made up.
But he just slapped a female child.
He gaslit her. He's a narcissist. So he was gaslighting her. He's like, she's tripping. She's just a child. She just, you know how kids are, like they be kind of like doing the most for very little. So she's like, okay, I believe you. Why they out on a date? This bitch pulled up with his brother talking about some, I'm pregnant. I said, turn, because I had just banned Yellow from my
even
chat.
in that moment, you didn't, like the reader didn't know she was pregnant either when she got slapped?
Well, she got sick at school. And then Yellow in my chat were like, she pregnant. I banned them from chat because I was like, don't be in here saying this little girl pregnant from this grown ass man. Get out of my chat. I was like, I'm gonna be.
I agree with Yellow.
I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it because she was throwing up at school. She was crying and stuff. And they was like, I don't know. We think stop. I was like, they ain't gonna do that. Peach Girl, wild, but they ain't that wild. Ooh, the way I was wrong. So we left out, can't ban my ninja. We left off side pregnant. He done dumped her off at a beach town and pulled off on her ass and left her with a lump sum of money to my son. Don't ever talk. She's like, I'll do anything for you. He was like, anything? She was like, yeah.
This is
he was like,
something.
okay, well, don't ever talk to me again. Disappear. Here's the money. I don't care what you do with it. I said, why y'all got me watching this show?
That's crazy.
I can't take it no more.
I am not remembering all this. I'm telling you, a part of my child brain must have just eliminated a lot of this as I progressed, because I remember reading Peach Girl, but I don't remember all of this. Pregnant, statutory
by a narcissist. Oh, did you
like,
remember the part where he sent her to be in a movie and she found out it was a flick?
Yes.
And then they had to save her. And she was
that.
still with this nigga after
I
that.
do
So
remember that.
I'm not gonna give up on Rio.
Girl.
Then you done got knocked
go.
up. Listen,
Let them fingers go. Fall.
It's
you don't
over.
need to hang in there.
We got 3 episodes left. Nah, we got to finish this one because I want to see who Momo gonna smash.
Well, not you. Well, not you give up. I'm talking about Sai. She needs to let go.
The fact that the school nurse still dated him and everybody was like, we're rooting for you, Sai. After y'all saved her from this nigga about putting her in a flick.
Trash.
It's a mess. But anyway, so we did that. We started Domestic Girlfriend on stream. So we're watching that next, which is also crazy. Because this man smashed this random girl on episode 1, found out it was his stepsister, who is also the younger sister of the teacher he got a crush on. So now the teacher he got a crush on and her younger sister, who he took her virginity and he didn't know her, are now his stepsisters, and they all living in the same house. When I tell you the way this man was stressed out, he ran away from home. Oh, listen, the mess. I can't. This is probably why I'm stressed out.
I see. You came on in a way today before we went live.
And I've been watching The Walking Dead. Yellow been playing The Walking Dead game on stream. And we on
I know those are stressful. I know those are stressful. I played he's playing the one with Clem, with the black main character.
The black guy and the little girl.
Oh yeah. I played 3 episodes of that, 2 episodes.
Oh, he's on episode he just finished episode 4, I think.
I meant, sorry, not episode. I finished the first
they are
game,
episodes.
and then I played the second. I played some of the second game.
Yeah, they're episodes. You right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. So I only played up to episode 2.
Listen, don't.
And just to be clear, like a certain person in the original is older, right?
What? Of the original?
I think
I think some of the original. I missed episode 1.
Like, is there a time jump?
Yeah, there is a time jump.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah. I was like, okay,
I mean, it's a good story, but I'm talking about between watching Peach Girl and that, I was just like drinking. I just can't do it. So that's what I've been watching. So we've been watching that, and then we're gonna start Nana too after we finish Peach Girl. So that is what we've been watching.
I'm gonna tune in with Nana. I haven't seen Nana.
It's 66 episodes, so I'm trying to ease them in, but I didn't think Peach Girl was a good. I don't think Peach Girl was a good easing in, because that's like going in dry. We should have just maybe did something else.
That's like Kev going in with Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
but in this medium.
Nobody told me, so I'm gonna have to do a review about it on my main channel. I think I'm gonna do a review of it after I finish. So we'll be doing that. And then of course I've been playing, which I think this is anime adjacent. Love and Deep Space, which is anime adjacent, because when they did the survey, they were like, what do you engage with, like anime culture? And I clicked all the boxes. So Twan got me into that. So thank you, Twan, for my new addiction. I appreciate it. What are friends for?
It's one of those gotcha games. And when I tell you, I could sit here for like 20 minutes listing the gotcha games that I've played in the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the most recent one, because you posted in a Discord that you were playing a new game, dating simulator. And I was like, I want to play a little dating sim too, but I still got to have like my little action to really keep me invested.
Right.
I'll be falling off. I really
Which
do.
I appreciate too, because like Boyfriend Dungeon was good about that, which I liked. So I didn't know that was something I needed until you said it.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's fun. I think you probably gonna pass me. I haven't been watching a lot of shows.
When they let the gates off your girl, it's over. They holding me back. But yeah, so you enjoy it though. It's like Final Fantasy plus fun. Dating sim.
Yeah, to be honest, like the combat feels very Final Fantasy-esque. The cutscenes.
Yeah, they look like Final Fantasy characters.
Each individual follicle of hair moving in the wind like Final Fantasy, but it is still really good.
Give it another couple years. Give it a minute till they put it on. They need to make this a console release.
They need to make it a console release, but also widen the scope of the game a little bit more.
Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of the progression, and this is something that I think you might end up falling off of, because it has this, like, it is a lot of investment into things like their currency and doing the daily missions and stuff like that.
Oh, the microtransactions coming.
Right, the microtransactions, but also it's just like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that you want to see is housed in that, and you can get a lot of those memories and stuff behind the paywall, but I feel like a lot of the stuff you can get, you just gotta grind for, versus.
And I'm actually enjoying it right now.
Good.
I don't know why I'm enjoying it, because I usually hate it, but I think it's smart to like put it behind a wall, because for some dating sims it feels all too easy. Like it just feels like you show up and everything just happens, because you don't have to do anything. So I like feeling like I'm working for it, versus like stale interactions. Yeah, like on The Sims, you just kind of do the same interactions over and over again to build up the relationship. I feel like not doing that makes it more enjoyable for me. So right now it's been a good hybrid of like having an actual fighting thing where you're grinding for that, but it also unlocks these scenes and stuff. So I'm really enjoying it. That made me want to ask you, I was in a Reddit forum and they said that Baldur's Gate is really a dating sim, low-key. How do you feel about that? Because I was like, not y'all gonna get me on this game, because Twan already told me.
Oh, listen, I download it, please. Baldur's Gate, I will go door to door to speak the gospel of Baldur's Gate. Keep in mind, I told y'all, this is the one game that I've played back to back, no other game in between, 4 whole times. I beat the game 4 times, because there's so many. Number one, there's 6 origin characters that you can play as the main, which changes the story based on their perspective, the entire story. So it's already that element. Then you have your origin character that you can create, make it however, and then they follow through the story, all your choices and stuff, has all of them in the background chiming in, but the origin characters have a more distinctive viewpoint from their perspective. Then you have the insane world of mods. And when I tell you, I'm so happy it took to my 3rd playthrough to really do the mods, because the amount that you open up, like I'm talking about books and books of spells that the original Dungeons and Dragons have that the game doesn't. The character customization just explodes. Just different facets of this game you can just tinker with. So then that gives you another 1,000 ways to play the game. So it's just like,
but is it giving dating sim though?
It's definitely giving dating sim. Yeah, because the entire game for me, and what really pushed me to play it that 3rd and 4th time was to see my relationship develop with different choices with because there's like 7 different people you can choose to pursue in a relationship.
I mean, you sent me some screenshots. I was like, they get down like that?
Oh yeah, because you saw me in the.
I
with the
did not know
devil-
they
with
was
the
getting
devil
down like
person.
that.
I'm talking about teaching you things when it comes to performance. Okay,
I did not know that. I was like, "What's this
it's
game?"
raunchy. It's raunchy. It's
That's
definitely
what
raunchy.
I'm a
But
smut
it's such a good
enthusiast.
game.
I'm a
It's
smut
such a good game.
enthusiast, so But we are at 15 minutes, so let's go ahead and roll on into Solo Leveling, which I'm so excited about. We also have been watching that live on Twitch, so just so y'all know, I'm the anime plug right now. So we've been watching Solo Leveling on Saturdays. I pop up at random times, but we watching it in Sign of Affection episodically, which that's. Oh, I can't wait to do a review of that show. I can't wait for the season to be over. It's a good show.
And before we get into it too, and somebody flame me in the comments, I am purposely dressed like a tube of Carmex today.
Why are you purposely dressed like a tube of Carmex?
I literally just saw a tube in my drawer, and I looked over, and this shirt was sitting on my bed, and I was like, let me just throw it together.
It's cute. It's like a Carmex cosplay. You can do that for like Halloween next year.
A cap.
Yeah,
it is Carmex outfit. I just want.
I like the pictures in the back too. I noticed that. I wanted to say you got. Oh yeah, this is up.
From Unique Art on Instagram. He did these from DreamCon.
Yes,
these I got from DreamCon, but I don't remember the name.
Speaking
of, so I do apologize.
I got accepted as a vendor at DreamCon. I wasn't expecting it this year. I don't these table fees, boo. These I said plus taxes and fee. I said, bitch, we'll see. We gonna see.
But the experience though.
Right, we gonna see though. It's also a 15-hour drive.
And you're also about to be another season of stressed out.
Listen, the way I'm like, ooh, another 15 hours plus. Anyway, so that means
you always got my help if you need it.
I need Jesus. That's what I need. So let's get into Solo Leveling. Let's talk about something enjoyable, which is Solo Leveling. Episode 5 came out, and we got some. We call it a bridge episode. My viewers on Twitch was like, "This feels like a bridge episode," which is not saying that it wasn't great and enjoyable to watch, but it definitely was a little bit more chill, like as much as it can be chill. It wasn't like on the edge of my seat. So I enjoyed this episode. We got to see Sung Jin Woo kind of. I don't know if we would say he's post glow up, mid glow up. I would say mid. I don't know because I haven't read the manga. So
as far as physical looks, this is it. This is the Jin Woo we've been waiting to see.
But as far as his power level, he's
that's we only at the tip of the iceberg, baby.
Okay, that's why I was like, we're not even okay. So yeah, this was a good episode. So let's go. Twan is our resident fact finder, checker, and keeps us in order as far as the way the episode played out. So we opened with this episode with the nurses, right, being all thirsty.
Ooh, well, we opened with the oddly detailed animation of these nurses' lips, which I was like, this is what y'all put the budget in.
Was it really that crazy?
It wasn't like crazy fight animation, but it was like oddly detailed, really smooth, animation of like a close-up of their lips, just like gossiping about him. And it just like caught me off guard because I don't know, it just struck me as like this is really smooth and really nice.
Yeah. Trust me, like we want y'all to feel the thirst.
The next second they switch over to Jin Woo doing push-ups with the sweat. With the sweat just glistening and dripping to the ground, push-ups going crazy, sit-ups going crazy.
So somebody told the animator somewhere that women like anime. They like, okay, we got to deliver on that. That was nice. When I was watching it, I did say, if I was a nurse, he would definitely be a patient. I'd be sending people in my room like, girl, go get his. I would be like, girl, go get his 8 o'clock vitals. Girl. You gotta see. You seen B21?
Yeah,
you seen him.
Go take him.
Now they be like, he been here a few weeks, girl. Nah, he looking different, girl. Go in there and do his 8 o'clock vitals. Then when she come out of the room, I'd be like, I'll be in the hallway like,
what I say, girl?
I'll take him tomorrow. Right, I'm gonna take him tomorrow.
Everybody losing their job. Everybody. But it's just like he maintains his previous, he still has an outlook on the world from who he was, a couple weeks ago? I'm fuzzy on this time frame. Like,
I don't know how
because
much time has passed.
this is something I wanted to ask you, nurse,
Yeah.
Dr. Woman. He's been in the care of the hospital since he awoke, and this nurse before she shoots her shot and hands this man her cell phone, talking about put your number in, which
is unprofessional.
Unprofessional as hell. But because he thought it was like, oh, she's gonna hit me up with some test results. No, she gonna hit you up with that 2 a.m. hey big head text in the middle of the night.
Trying to get your stamina up. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you.
Right.
I support you. I want to see you win. That's what that was.
Right before that, he kind of has his same headspace that he was all those weeks ago. Like he thinks like the advances couldn't possibly be because of his appearance.
Yeah.
But she mentions him getting discharged. Like, you get discharged tomorrow. But I'm like, in my head, this man has been outside,
why is he still there?
running around, jogging. He's been leaving to do dungeons. Like, is this when you're in the hospital
just living there?
You don't just leave, right?
No, that's what I was confused about. I'm like, so he just kind of live here, or like, did they want to observe him because they don't know how he came back alive? Like, it just feels like it was one of those things where, like, my thought on it was like maybe they were just keeping him there so he could be observed because they thought he had a second awakening, and then they're not really sure like how he survived. They kind of said that they didn't think he was like a culprit of it at that point, but I guess in my head I was like, well, maybe they just got him in the hospital to keep an eye on him or something. I don't know. That'd be the only thing that kind of makes
work
sense.
in the regular world in hospitals. Like, before you're discharged, can you like be like, okay, I'm about to leave for a couple hours, just want to go to Chick-fil-A?
No, you would have to like be pretty much, I mean, in America that is, you would have to be like discharged to leave, because like you could go do anything. You could just like go do drugs and come back and then be like, you know, and then you could sue us. But that's America because, you know, capitalism. So I can't really comment on that. But my thought was just that maybe they just are keeping him there so they'll know where he is, you know. That's what I'm just saying in my head, because it don't make sense. And then he's also leaving in like magical ways. Like, he's leaving the room sometimes without having to leave the room, right?
I don't think so. I think he's still traveling like a regular human being. When he gets to those spaces, like when he got that key, he had to travel to that subway because that was
that's true.
Of the dungeon. So he's not like teleporting around or, you know, turning into mist or anything. But I just thought that was odd weird, that she was mentioning that he's discharged tomorrow, but he's just been doing whatever.
I feel like they just forgot. They're like, he's there, whatever. He's in the hospital still. Okay. But I think it's supposed to give us also an idea of maybe like, I don't know how much time has passed. Because then I'm like wondering if it just happened fast. Like, did he just get swole all of a sudden? But even his own sister didn't seem completely shocked by it, because she was like, he got taller. But I feel like if he would have got that swole in the span of like a week, she would have been like, what happened to you? You know? So I don't know how much time really passed.
So I'm kind of on the fence with that, though. I'm kind of on the fence just because we saw him in the dungeon, the instance dungeon, right? And he was his regular scrawny self. He, after leveling up 10, 11, 12 times while he was in that dungeon alone.
That's true, because the muscles are related to the stats. It's not like based on real life like physiology. It's the stats that are making him bigger, right? So that's why I was like, when they showed his arm at the end of episode 3, 4. That was I was like, yeah, this is some instant shit. Okay. Because he just, that was too much. And then I mean, on this one, I'm pretty sure it's not a crazy long time difference. And then he also even the nurses are shocked.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I feel like they're all just trying to pull whatever they can to make rationale of it, because his sister was like,
how you got taller?
Like, yeah, like, was that probably because of the workout? Like, she was doing them gymnastics in her head to just. She's
talking about some men don't finish growing. I'm like, this man's 25, right? Smooth 24, 25.
Yeah, 24,
smooth 25. Like, yeah, you
but
be
that's
done.
The thing I was mentioning before. Like, is it because I feel like, and I think I said it before. Like, I feel like women mature and grow at a faster rate. Younger.
I mean, as far as height, men usually by the time you're like 20, you're kind of like where you're gonna be. puberty, all those hormones are a big player in like height
Right.
and sudden growth, and those growth plates on your femurs and all those on the ends of your bones. They don't keep going forever, but
Yeah,
usually
you're
by
right.
25 you would be the height you
I just looked it up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely just looked it up. They was like women pretty much finish growing around 16, 17, and stop around like 19,
20.
18,
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool, but we like it. I like the glow.
Yeah, I love it. This is what listen. Jin Woo is about to do some things, okay, and he needs to look like this to make it believable.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
is
mean?
true. That
Yeah,
is
he
true.
can't be looking like the last one. And really
He
be
was looking like
inspiring.
Kirito Light. He was looking like Kirito Light from
Kirito's
Sword Art
cousin.
Online. Kirito's
Right.
cousin. That's what he's looking like. So I'm glad we got the glow up. So then after we got a little fan service, thank you A1 Studios for that. We moved on to what happened. I always can't remember exactly what happened in order. So he left. He was all swole, and then he went to join. He went home.
Well, we got just a brief. I think they're really trying to put spotlights on these S-rank hunters.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh
just periodically.
yes.
Even though these two scenes really didn't do much in terms of like information wise, I
it
think
was fan service.
it was definitely fan service. But I was just thinking because the interview felt just like filler. He talked about what he
Yeah.
does outside
Yeah.
of work when he's not hunting, and then that cuts right into Jin-Ah bumping into Jin Woo when he woke up, and that's what she's like realizing all his changes and stuff. And
Right.
the fan service was really like having him like scratch his stomach, showing off his little V cut, and that's
Yellow
what she
said
was
he
like,
had
really
18 muscles. To my, he get an 18 pack.
Hello.
He had muscles
And
on the
then,
side.
because anime don't be doing nipples, it look like this is just part of their six pack in general too. It's just a bunch of squares on their body.
That is true.
But
that is true.
That just went into him, being overprotective of her, sending her on her way with her umbrella, and then he got a call from his landlord talking about where the rent at.
Yeah.
Where is the money?
Yeah.
And so he
He's like, I got to go work.
He talks about having to go work, but also he assigns more stat points. And this is the first time that he actually like didn't just put everything in strength. He had to
Right.
rationalize a little bit. And this is kind of the same for me. I'm gonna put everything like Palworld. I'm playing Palworld right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My stats immediately went to attack because I
you
knew
use
there was going
attack?
to be like raids and stuff
Yeah.
in there while you're building. So I was like, I can't put everything in my carry capacity and my
I want his
bag.
stamina. I do stamina. It's like weight because you want to carry more. But at first it doesn't matter because you're like kind of close to base. But as you explore, you want to be able to carry more. So I feel like I did work speed and like stamina so I can run. I can explore.
Oh wait,
faster.
so you playing Power right now?
Yeah, I was playing Power. I was playing on Twitch.
I didn't know you was
Like
playing.
when it came out, I was playing on Power with my friends. Yeah.
I did not know. I'm gonna have to come see your bases.
My base ain't done. I'm being carried by the men. So I said, y'all do the work. I'll go inside and make some beds or something. I just be pulling up. They already did everything. I'm like, they already beat the game. The people, they already beat the game. I'm like, what I'm gonna come in here and do? Like, anyway. But yes, it did remind me of Palworld. It made me think of Palworld when he was like, I got stats, I gotta divvy them out, and I was laughing thinking about Palworld.
Yeah, he was like, all this strength ain't gonna matter if I can't hit him, which is very true. So he put some in agility. I think he put some. He didn't put any in vitality or intelligence, but he put him in the other two. I can't remember what the second one was.
When he starts putting stuff in intelligence too, because you know how eventually you get to that point where you just start like. I wonder how that it translates because he seems very intelligent to me already.
I think that's specifically for like magic, and since he's not doing any like mana type stuff, I think he says that in it. Yeah, he's like, there's no need for me to jump into this right now. I'm gonna focus on the other two. So he does that, and then he heads out after going on Facebook for Gills or for Gates. I paused and read those posts, and I was like, this really makes me so jealous. Like, I love how each different post was like, hey, we're trying to do a raid with only magicians or trying to do a raid with only rangers. I was like, this is kind of really dope.
It's like the looking for thing on Xbox. I hate when I get those alerts. It's like looking for, like somebody's looking for a healer or somebody's looking for this. Yeah, that was cute. I love the elements of. I don't play a lot of MMOs or anything, but I do play Overwatch. So, and I've played MMO. They don't hold my attention, but I do like the elements of the gaming stuff that's in there. You know, like.
Well, this situation is kind of Overwatch because, like, essentially he gets hit up by this. It's a 6-man group, but in order for you to enter gates, you have to be an 8-man party, which is also different from the manga. You have to be a 10-man party. Ooh. So I'm wondering why they did that, because Jin Ho and Jin Woo are still the people that feel the numbers, but I think maybe they lessened it just to keep the focus on them.
They was like, we don't want to draw them extra people.
Probably is also
like we could draw 2 less people and tell the same story. So
actually, yeah. So they and you can see from the beginning, Jin Woo is like already like, this stuff just ain't adding up. Yeah, so y'all been a 6-man team with no healer for how long?
Right. He's like, the math ain't mathing.
Right. But we also get the introduction to Jin Ho, who I love Jin Ho.
This is the guy. This is the newbie with all the armor because his dad got him armor. I love. Yeah, that was cute. I like that character because there's always that person in gaming. You know, the person who has the money, but they're still a noob, but they get all the they just jump in the game and buy like the highest armor. He's
the whale.
Yeah,
100%. Jin Ho is a whale.
It was cute.
That is dope that they put that in there.
I know. I love that little detail because if you really game, you have run across that person. I remember.
I have fully been a whale in my first introduction to gacha games. I think the first gacha game that I downloaded was Summer's War a couple years back. And I immediately spent like $60 on that game. Immediately. I wanted all the strongest beast as soon as I could. Obviously, it don't work like that. It's a chance that you could get them, but I was slapping that money down.
So you were Jin Ho.
I was a Jin Ho at one point in time. The bills don't allow me to do so like that no more.
It's endless now. Yeah. So I mean, there's always that person, but I like him. He's very cute. I hope he's gonna be around. Is he gonna be around? Or he just here for this?
He's gonna be around. He's gonna be around.
I like him. Yeah, I like him.
He's a D rank hunter, so it's technically he's a level up above Jin Woo, which was great seeing like him being like, "Oh, you're a D rank. I'm an E rank. I'll protect you. Don't worry. I'm a D rank with your newbie ass."
I love that. And then that brought me to question, which I guess we'll get the answer to that eventually. But I do wonder if Sung Jin Woo would still register as E. You know, like he said he should get tested again. But I do wonder if he got tested again, like because he's doing this other side thing. Like it's his home, this system he's using is only he can see it, is only, and like it even has its own currency and stuff. So I wonder if his level would even register if he did it, you know, like if it still would just say E, but he's actually like really strong. That's what
I think that's what he's worried about. And I don't think he made the connection at the moment too, because remember he did get tested again immediately after he left the dungeon.
Right.
But it only registered as 10. And I think that's because he did have a second awakening. Yeah. But at that moment he didn't level up any. So he was still where he started. So if they would have waited like 2 weeks and then did it, it would have probably been a different story. So he didn't want to get reappraised because he was like, although I could make, and we did skip that part. He was like, although I could make more money to like pay rent, take care of these bills and stuff like that, it would also come with attention. And the manga did put a little bit more emphasis on it because like they were showing you all these people with red eyes thinking like, oh, he's getting stronger than me and blah, blah. He was like, there's so many dangers. Yeah, there's so many dangers that could come up because of this. So he was like, let me make some more money first. He even says in anime specifically, let me be able to protect myself. Yeah. And then he can go into, you know, doing another reappraisal. So I feel like, he's really thinking like as a person that is not just like, oh, I'm powerful, let me go destroy everything, let me just, you know,
because you also gonna be like a
I would probably do
because you're also gonna be like You be like a test subject in a way. Like you may be accosted because they want to study you. They would want to know answers you don't have. Like even outside of that, it's just like you're doing this thing that they say according to their rules is not even possible. So like, and then they say there's maybe this thing called a second awakening, but they don't have any evidence of it. So also, like, they don't pull it up on me in the hospital and let me go ahead. Yeah, he probably is like, yeah, if I had a second awakening, they probably would have drugged me away immediately.
And yeah, because I'm thinking when he says to be able to protect myself, I'm thinking specifically about the situation he's in at the end of this episode. But you're right, though, because if they end up wanting to take you away to do like text testing and stuff like that, what you gonna defeat the entirety of the Hunter Association on your own to not have to go into, you know, all this testing and stuff. So that is smart. Good job.
I didn't think of.
You might be dumb in other ways, or not dumb, but like Jin Woo is the new Aaron when it comes to keep moving forward.
You think I guess
he just ignores everything in this anime version specifically. Like when the dungeon closed on him, he just decided to go in by himself with no experience and got locked in. This situation where he's walking into a dungeon that they're saying all these caves usually have like glow stones, they're illuminated. This one specifically isn't. The gate for this gate is also huger than what they normally experience.
And they did talk about that, because that's what I was like, okay, so we learned about big doors, big gates, but then he kind of said that thing about they measure what's coming out of it, like they measure the magic. They measure that, and that's how they decided. But then it's still weird for him to, but that's still crazy for him to say, knowing that in like episode 1 he went into a dungeon that they said was D rank and went through that whole thing. It was
definitely like an A or an S.
Right.
100%.
So that is kind of still crazy to be like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine after that.
That's what I'm saying. So like in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a level of confidence Jin Woo has. He's like, this does look familiar, but I just, took care of these 2 bosses. Like they're like, maybe he has that, but a part of me is like, you still have 7 other people with you right now that it feels like you're just throwing their life away if you're recognizing these things and not voicing them. You know what I mean? And like, hey y'all, this looks odd. You don't know them, but at the same time, like you're just okay with you being potentially the only one that pops out after 2 seconds of being inside of a dungeon.
I got left in a dungeon by myself to be the sacrifice in episode 2. I'm not saying I would be like too concerned.
Why? I shouldn't have. I know who I'm talking to. Why did I ask you that?
That's how the cookie crumbles. They a squad. Because push comes to shove, y'all gonna leave me behind and say y'all homies. So I mean, he very much so could feel like, and then like you said, he already had felt like something was off with them. So it probably was also that, like, hold your cards.
But Jin Ho ain't do nothing. So you better protect him.
I know. So they went into the gate. They didn't learn their lesson. Or Sung Jin Woo didn't learn his lesson.
Right in.
Right. They just went in. And
so they're marching along. They realize there's no monsters. The lack of light was already a worrisome thing, but they're like, there's no magical beast here. Like, what's going on? Until Jin Woo starts having his spidey sense. He immediately recognizes what type of beast it is, also the direction that it's coming from, without them having any idea. So if he wasn't there, they probably would have died.
Right there. Yeah, because they would have been surprised. Because there was a lot of places they could have came from. Yeah, a million.
So that happens. Jin Woo does a slight back kick, defended himself that nobody realizes. He keeping it real cute. Right. He's staying on his stilo until they end up getting closer and closer to the boss arena, where they see this big ass spider that's just basically chilling at the top, because they entered that's what it was, all that room full of mana crystals. They said about like 8 billion, crazy $8 billion or whatever the currency there is here,
and saying that like they put in the contract that which was still weird to me, that he took that job with so much sketchy stuff going on. sense. Like,
Well,
okay, you need to make the money, but it was like, well, you don't get to keep no loot or something. And then like they didn't have a healer. I know he probably said it. I might have just missed it. Why did he still take it anyway?
He took it because both, well, not both, because in my brain, Jin Ho and Jin Woo both have the same like duty, but they don't. Jin Ho is a D rank hunter, so he's still able to participate in the battles. So the contract is that the 7 of them, since they're doing the battles, they're the only ones entitled to the essence stones in the beast
basically just,
or the stuff that gets dropped.
Because he's basically just filling the spot because they're like, you're E rank, you ain't really gonna do anything.
Basically, his job is not battle, is to carry the bags and to I guess maybe help collect their prizes to take out, but not to actually take part. Because
he's kind of just like a warm body. It's like you're getting us access.
He's basically the pack mule. He's the pack mule.
Okay.
And the thing that changed though was when they happened upon all those mana crystals they wasn't expecting to see. They have to harvest those. They have to mine those. Right. So that's why Jin Ho was like, which so sweet. He was like, let me see your contract real quick just to go over this again, because like this is like manual labor that you now have to like additionally do. So you should get a cut of this. And he brought it up and they do that whole only show the bottom half of his mouth, and then they pop up when he's all jovial and half moons for eyes. Right. You at this point, sir,
too much anime watching.
Right. And also in the manhwa, they're a lot more heavy-handed. Like around this part, Huang, that's the leader, he's just a black shadow with red. Smiling.
So you already know.
Right. So I think they maybe tried to be just a tiny bit more subtle with this than they was in the beginning, because you kind of immediately knew Sung Jin Woo was like hip to the bullshit immediately.
He was like, no healer?
Right.
And that's why I couldn't get it. I couldn't figure out the no healer part for a minute, because I was like, yeah, that's just off. Like, you already recruiting, why wouldn't you just recruit a healer? So that was like off to me until the last minute. Then it made sense, because I just couldn't figure out the why no healer. Because in my head, it's like, well, y'all still have a squad of 6. Why wouldn't y'all at least heal each other? You know? But until they revealed the plan, and then I was like, okay, now it makes sense why you would want a healer to be your +2, because they'll just heal themselves.
Right. And I mean, remember we were saying that the hunters are a lot more rare. So they did mention that too. That it was like most hunters are associated with guilds. So it's not
healers,
often
you mean?
That healers, healers are associated with guilds. Because if a gate is C rank or below, then that can be tackled by any hunter out here. You know, as long as they meet the quota, they can enter it. A D rank, B rank and higher, nobody can go in that besides like official guilds that can take on those. So they have been doing this 6-man team, and he slipped up and was like, all of our runs go like this, or we've been doing this for a while. Right. And they also in the manhwa, Sung was looking at how they were battling, and he was like, they're really aggressive. They are like when they fight, it feels kind of like bloodthirsty. So that was another little thing that it maybe it dropped out. They could have felt it was redundant in the anime, which I kind of get, you know, so they took it out.
Well, I kind of picked up that he was talking about their fight style and stuff like that.
Yeah. And he was just like, if y'all done this that long, at some point in time, y'all could have picked up a healer if y'all entering consistent C rank gates. So he was like, that's odd, and it does make sense once we actually see that. Oh, there's some portrayal afoot, baby.
Yeah, they trying to lead y'all as the bait.
Yeah, I think, and that's the one thing I'm like wasn't fully clear on. I was like, okay, so were they leading them in there to harvest what they could outside of the chamber and leave, or were they?
Yeah, that's what I was understanding, because from what it sounded like that they said was they do this, they get extra people and they just lead them to die.
That's what it sounds like. Or is it that since they are so battle tested, they just like maybe using them to get in the dungeon,
right?
Have them locked in there with the beast, and then they come back and kill it, so they don't have to really split it at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Just definitely sounds like the 2 extra always they leave them in there. down
to
for the
die.
count. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically
and
they'll
if
come
they
back.
don't die from their means, they will kill them, because you also saw how Sung Jin was like, oh, they was, if we did anything out of the ordinary for them,
They was gonna
they
kill
would have
them.
killed us on the spot. Yeah. So I think, yeah, that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that was their plan. They bring them in, lock them in the chamber with the boss. Of course, a D and an E rank is not going to survive, so they die. They come back,
Even
kill the
a
boss,
two
and take the
person,
stuff.
yeah, for that rank. I mean, even if you could have a chance, if you don't have a full squad, you're gonna die. Like, even if
You saying if they had 2 C ranks?
yeah, like even if you were, let's say, C rank, or most people in this show, they've established most people ain't going around fighting by themselves, which is also like
Yeah.
the
Nobody
special thing
is.
about Sung Jin Woo. So it's like, yeah, even if you were strong enough, you know, if you're the rank of the boss or below, taking it on by yourself is still ridiculous. We're a 2-man when it's supposed to be 8 people, you know? So I don't think most people would have the skill set to survive the fight, regardless.
Yeah, not at all. But if they
Yeah.
have 6 well trained, I think they said they have 4 C ranks and 2 D ranks or something like that. So I mean, yeah, if they are well trained enough, they're powerful enough, they can go back in there with 6 people, take it, and just, you know, they got an hour before they have to leave and the gate closed.
I'm
so
assuming also the other people maybe fought, so the HP of the boss was already kind of, you would assume they would fight at least for their life,
right? A little bit.
But maybe hit points be already knocked out the boss, you know.
Right. Maybe a little toenail detached from the spider.
A little bit.
Do spiders have toenails?
I don't think they call them toenails
I
like
don't
the
think
end
they
of
do
them.
either.
So then we saw them wander off, and that was kind of like the end of it, because they mentioned that if we kill the boss first, then we can't harvest the stuff because the dungeon are closed. So I wonder like how that's gonna work, because I do wonder if Sung Jin Woo obviously wants that. He needs money. It's in front of him. So I wonder how that will be handled. Like, is he gonna go for harvesting it and fighting his boss? You know, because if he kills the boss, then it closes.
So,
but
like,
I'm like, is he really gonna leave it?
That is interesting.
Or is he gonna have like
that is a very
harvested while he fights? I just don't know. But he probably won't be able to harvest much. Yeah, I mean, he probably just need one, right?
I think they said altogether that whole room was like 8 billion. So I don't know if he needs like one, but I mean
based off what he used to making.
Oh yeah. I mean, $70 a dungeon, $80
he's just like,
a dungeon.
I need to pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think there's a greedy. Yeah, he's just, at this point, he's being betrayed. But they were still and calm for way too long. That man said, oh, we left the harvest stuff in my car or in my ride. Let me go get it. It takes all 6 of y'all to go. And then you tell us, the 2 weakest people here, to just watch the boss room, and you don't think it will wake up? Because it's tired from eating so much. Because you just are a PhD in spider demons and gates. You just know their sleep schedule routine. I was like, y'all would not have made it to that door without fighting me.
He's like so hard right now. That man was just making
very much so.
But yeah, I did like the slow revealing of, you know, their dark intentions over time. I'm so excited. I know one detail I really enjoyed about like kind of that little end segment is the smirk. We got the return of the smirk. I know we were talking about it in episode, was it 2, 3, or 4? That little smirk came out. I think it was episode 4. And we got the little smirk again. So I said, okay, we starting to see, because I'm once again, I'm interested to see how Sung Jin Woo comes out of all of this. You know, does he come out a maniac? Is he just like, is he gonna be like Goku? Like, I just love to fight at this point, you know? Like, I'm just wondering, and seeing that little smirk come out, I feel like what I want for this next episode is just like, I don't want him to struggle. I just want to see a fan service fight. Like, I just want a fan service fight. No, I think it's time for us to we watched him. Like, we got these montages of him working out, and we see him struggle with the snake and the goblins, and we just seen him struggling. And, you know, we got the Riz, you know, the Riz stat is up now. So I want to see him just, Yeah, I think his Riz is like level 18 or something. I mean, he's level 18. Was you know?
The Riz
So
is level 30. He's
you think
like
the
level
Riz is
18.
level 30? He got 30 points. He got
He ain't
30
even
Riz
doing
points.
nothing. He's just living life and
He got 30
attracting
Riz.
it.
He got 30 Riz
That
points.
yeah.
So
and
I do want to
growing.
see an episode of him just styling. Like, you know how the intro gives us those really like, we talk about this. We're really fans of the intro animation, but something like that, you know, not the same one, but I want to fight where he's just, we really seeing his work.
Styling on people.
Styling.
We gonna get it. We gonna get it. We definitely gonna
I
get
want it now.
I'm not saying we won't happen. I'm just saying.
They said we only get 12
get
to start. This is the halfway point. I need y'all to give us him styling. This would be the perfect point before we roll into the real issue. Because I know at some point the real issue got to come up. The antagonist, the problem, you know, in storytelling. Something got to come up soon. So before that happens, it would be nice just to see him styling.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. And Jin Woo he has the facilities to do so.
Yeah.
Speaking of that intro, I'm telling you, every week I feel slightly different about this song. I don't know if it's the anticipation of the show every week, or the satisfaction I'm getting from it that makes me more amped up each week to see these episodes. But today, not today, when it came out on Saturday, when I tell you I could not stay still in my seat, bitch.
I know. You know, I sent you the memes.
Bitch, I have been jamming to this intro.
We are there. We're there. I send you memes now.
Officially.
It's an intrusive thought. And yes, you're ready to. Yeah, in the chat. Welcome to the stream. That's an intrusive thought. Like, I would just be minding my business and it'll be like, give me yourself.
It feel like a baby Michael Jackson too. If you add in your chamona, give me some
right. You gotta do a little bounce, you know.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, it's such an intrusive thought, but I'm really excited.
I'm going to learn that Japanese rap too.
You gonna learn the rap?
I'm gonna learn it too. That's gonna be my one little party trick.
You gotta know that.
I'm gonna pop out with that shit.
No, it's really
lit.
Good.
At this point in time, if I had to reevaluate my rating of the song, and it's so crazy because I know I'm being clouded a little bit by just my excitement.
The hype.
Bitch, it's like an 8.5, like 9 out of 10. Every time I listen to it, I get so hyped.
You know, I'm a fan of K-pop, which, by the way, after this show, I'm filming a video, and it's kind of ridiculous, but it has to be done. So, if you have time, I would love for you to be a part of it with me. But I love K-pop, so I like the song, but I was like not sure the direction. Like, I know Solo Level is vibrant, right? But it can still be vibrant and dark. So I just wasn't sure which direction it was going to be, because the cinematography of it, how they decide to direct the episodes, even though there is this manhwa, are two different things. Because manhwa is still shots, so the direction becomes important because there's still like art. What do they call it? When we did the Crunchyroll thing, the art direction. The art direction is still a thing. So for me, when I heard the song, I wasn't sure if it was going to fit the direction they took it. Like the direction that they decide to take the anime, because you got to bridge all those gaps and you have to give it a feeling and an energy. And I just wasn't sure the intro was going to fit what we had going on, because I wasn't sure how dark this first arc was going to be. Like, is it going to come in? Because, you know, like Attack on Titan is one of those ones coming really dark.
Oh, yeah.
So like if it would have had an upbeat tune, it's like, but seeing now that what we've gotten for the most part is just cheering for Sung Jin Woo, wanting him to become stronger, wanting him to get money for his family, like knowing what's happening now, I can see how this fits. But at the time, I was just like, I didn't know nothing about the story and I wasn't gonna figure it out. So I was just kind of skeptical, like, is it gonna fit? Like, I don't know what story I'm walking into. So it's like, is this the vibes? Because if this feels really upbeat. But now I see why it's upbeat. And it fits the vibes. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I officially am a fan. So I don't think I need to say it again, but I have noticed every week I'm just like, okay, so this is the moment. This is the moment.
I mean, yeah, I think I enjoy it too, because it's just like perfect, like you said. And then where they cut it off, when they say "let's get it," like it's just perfect. It's a strange place to cut it off. Yeah, it just cuts off, and then I'm like, yeah, let's get it. Like, I agree. I'm just so ready. It's just hype. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm glad that I feel this way about Solo Level.
I am too, because
I
I'm
was gonna
telling you,
drag y'all.
I was, and I know you would,
I was gonna drag
but
y'all.
I was a little nervous myself too, just because this anime had to be amazing. It kind of
Yeah.
didn't have a choice. It had to be 100%, because even when I think that's what a lot of people got hooked on when they came from a different, anime or manga and started watching this one or reading this manga, and they were like, it's like, the power scaling is, the focal point here, seeing this man get stronger and everything, but there was like, the story is just mid, and I'm like,
Mid.
it's not crazy, like different than, not, I want to say, that's the thing that gets me like caught up when I'm trying to defend it, because like I kind of agree, the story is not like all kind of crazy loop-de-loops and twists and turns and oh my god, I never saw this ever happening. What, I mean, there are some moments like that, but it doesn't feel. This feels like a shut your brain off and enjoy what you are experiencing. You know what I mean?
He's strong,
that was
and he's hot.
What I was trying to explain in the manga. It's like, I'm not reading this to all of a sudden come up with a think piece or break this down into 3 million different series on YouTube. It is just good old fucking balls to the wall, pedal to the metal grinding. Yeah. And I think that is something very satisfying about that, especially when you think of the different contexts with other isekai. It's always this person goes in, gets these crazy abilities in a whole different world. This is in his own world. We get to experience these people experience Jin Woo like we are. Like, I don't know, it's just something that's a little bit different that brings me to it. Yeah.
Of the two worlds crossing over. I love experiencing like this magical game world in his world, like you said. I enjoy that aspect. That's something that makes it different. Like, I hate when people try to say it's Solo Leveling is just this, and it's like, first of all, if you got to list 4 anime to make it a thing, then that's stupid. That's moot. You can't be like, it's mixing this, and this. Okay, then it's really its own thing. Like, it's just a genre, so it's gonna have themes.
Talk about Palworld, because I'm sitting. I'm obsessed right now, so everything is making me think of it. But that's the same. It's like Palworld is like 7 different games.
Yeah, a lot of people have you ever played Arc? Because a lot of people said it's more like Arc than anything else. I did
hear people make. I never played Arc. I did look at a video that like showed some gameplay of Arc in comparison to Palworld. So yeah, 100%, I do see that. But there's just so much, like, even like Breath of the Wild was the first thing I immediately recognized, because they have that same scheme where you like awaken in this ruin castle or whatever.
Apparently the game studio that made Palworld has a knockoff Breath of the Wild. Anyway. That was their first game. This is just what they do.
Those assets right on over.
Oh, this is just what they do. This is apparently their
understood.
Thing. Yeah.
Heard.
So they like, who gonna sue me, boo?
Pokemon. Nintendo company.
Apparently Nintendo is
the giant that they are.
Yeah, Nintendo is looking into if they can sue them. Of course. I would too. I mean, absolutely. Some of them pals is looking real alternative color scheme. Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's Pokemon in a shake it up bag. Throw out whatever combination you get and let's keep it moving. But they are doing stuff that I wish Pokemon would incorporate in their games, and that's the thing. If you don't step your shit up, and if you don't take advantage of the critique the fan base gives you after all these years, like we start to see small little stuff with Arceus, open world, riding on different Pokemon and stuff like that, but. How long has Pokemon been out? Like over 20 years?
Yeah, they ain't trying to do that. I mean, they probably wouldn't put these elements into Pokemon. Let's be real, because this is like
not all of them.
Remember when we had that gaming? Remember when we had that gaming stream and we were talking about if there was a game, like if there was even an anime made off a game, I would want to be able to do some of the normal stuff that's not related to the storyline. I feel like that's kind of what Palworld is. Like if they made the Pokemon open world game and you could just literally just build you a house and build you. But a lot of times, even in these open world games, that part is already made for you. You can't customize it as much. Your house is your house. And people just kind of want to world build, like feel like they're crafting the world to their desires. And Pokemon is just like not trying to do that.
And that's fine, because that's not really what I'm expecting Pokemon to go into.
Yeah.
But when you look at the different pals in Pal World, the amount of however you say that,
Unique.
each of those characters are very unique. Like the way
Mhm.
they walk, the way they interact, in different ways they mind or craft or carry stuff, their
That's true.
emotions. Like it's so much put into each individual one of these pals. And
Mhm.
Pokemon, they used to
They
give
just
you
be
a little
like-
small. That's it. They'll give
That's
you
it.
a little small
That's better
animation.
than that
and
little
they-
beeping they had on Game Boy for the longest. Everybody did them little beeps. You know,
Well,
they
that's
ain't
right.
really
Well,
been.
first they were. This is all the way off topic. But
No,
first,
it's not.
Pokemon was a flashing image that was fighting. Then
Right.
they turned into, I think it was like around Crystal time, where they started to do small little introduction animations. It'd be like, and that's it. Then they started going into just a little bit more when they could start following you, like in Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu could follow you. So it was like small advancements.
Slowly.
But I feel like after a while, it just capped. You know, like
Yeah,
they could do
enough.
more stuff like that, where every Pokemon has some type of overworld ability or aspect that you could do. Like half the Pokemon that you would think you could ride or fly on, you can't. You know what I mean? There's like only 7, 8 Pokemon that have
that's stupid.
ability to do something. It's so stupid. And it's like you have all this money, all this ability, all this like what am I trying to think of? All this access, but you still keep giving us the same over and over again.
I still think that whoever was working on Palworld is some disgruntled Nintendo employee who like had all these suggestions for what they should do with Pokemon, and they was like, "We're not doing it." Like, I just feel like they were just like, "I'm just gonna go over here and make a game because y'all don't want to do nothing." Like, y'all don't want to do none of this stuff. You can't tell me Nintendo, like, by the fans and developers haven't been suggested to add some of this stuff into the game. And they just didn't want to because they were just comfortable. They were just comfortable that they had it on lock. So, I mean, everybody's enjoying Power. It's not my cup of tea. I do think Palworld is fun with the crew. It's vibes. I do wish it had music, though. Like, kind of in-game music. Just some ambient music would be nice.
Now, I'm just over here giving you all the positives. There are a laundry list of negatives with Pal. I mean, the glitches,
it's the beta though.
It's not the full official, I guess, game. It's definitely the beta. But when I tell you this game it gets so frustrating, but there's something about it that just makes you come back and want to play it. It really is like it's hard to explain.
Because I fucks with Minecraft, so I could feel it, you know what I'm saying? Because it has some Minecraft energy. Like, I love Minecraft. So, I mean, I could feel that this, for people who like Pokemon, like, it's a lot of games that cross over here, like you said. So, if you like any combination of those games, I could totally see you being into it. But for me, the only games somewhat like this that I enjoy is Minecraft. And I don't even really play that. I don't do well with open world games. I need a little structure. I need a point to it all. And I think that's one of my main issues with Palworld. I feel like there's no point to it all. I'm not invested enough in the battle system of fighting the pals and stuff to feel like there's any point to anything. So for me, it's the pals are just an annoyance if nothing else. For me, I don't want to have to take care of anything. I just want to survive myself. I don't want to have to be.
Your sanity's low, girl. So get over there and build them blocks.
The way my pals would just be depressed. And I'd be like, can I
walking
beat them?
around with sprains and fractures and you ain't making no medicines?
Because we talking about we doing capitalism? Are we doing capitalism? Because really, you're replaceable. You're really replaceable. So,
I take care of my babies. Each and every one I capture.
Yeah.
Except for the ones that I just unlocked the ability to butcher them.
Ooh,
so
wait, you can butcher them?
Yeah, girl, just gotta make that cleaver and then you can chop them up for their resources. It's crazy.
I'm trying to open a little gun factory. Like, some of the higher level stuff I'm really into because it's just really dark to me. Like, it's so funny to me. My friends, we were playing it and they were just like, you're so dark. I'm like, no, this game is dark as hell. Like, y'all don't feel the darkness looming. Like, it's so chill, but there's a darkness to it. Like, you got these. One of the passives was like a slave something. Like, it literally.
Slave worker.
Slave worker.
Yeah, it boosts their
That's
work
like,
speed
I was like,
15%.
I can't play Power World in Black History Month.
That is
I
very
can't do this
true.
with
That
y'all.
is very true. I
Like,
posted in Discord. I was like, "Yeah, this is," and people have been telling me ever since I heard of Power World. Everyone always said the basic, it's Pokemon with guns. That's not what I needed y'all to tell me.
it's
Y'all should have told me this was Pokemon slave labor.
this is Pokemon. This is capitalism. This is capitalism.
This is yeah. This is
Yeah,
capitalism.
this is how it works. Exploitation, slavery, free labor, conquering is giving colonizer energy. So yeah, it's cool, but like, you know, it is what it is.
But then they do their little things to make you feel good about it. Like when they finish a task, it's flowers and pink things floating
It's a
above it.
party. Where's
Right, so
corporate
if you
Aaron?
just keep working harder, you'll get those same little moments where
I
you get
need
flowers
corporate Aaron to
pop
play
up.
Power World. I need corporate Aaron
would
to
be so
stream
dope.
Power World like now. I want to Aaron live stream with Power World. I just need it. I need her doing Zoom calls with the
She's
pals.
like, yeah, I understand we just had a raid and your femur got broken, but we got to focus on those client deliverables. Okay, so we got to circle back, close the loop, and let's focus on Q1 because we just entered Q1 now. I just started playing, so we got to be prepared for Q2.
I just need it. I'm gonna have to go on her TikTok and be like, look, I need you to do a Power World crossover. I need corporate Aaron to do a Power World Zoom with the pals, like dying. I need that to happen. But anything else? I figured this would be more of a short episode because once again, this was more like a bridge episode. I feel like we covered everything with Solo Leveling. We talked a little bit about Power World. We talked about Peach Girl. Is there anything else before we wrap it up?
I did want to, because I before the show I was like, because what I'm trying to do is like catch up on some of the manga, refresh myself. I was just full on reading it all the way out, but then other stuff got brought to my attention, so I've been chilling on it. So I've just been reading it as we go, you know, to see the differences and stuff. And while I'm doing so, it's just so much stuff that I feel like I really wanted to see in this anime. And as we progress, even though this anime is not bad at all, it's just certain elements that made Solo Leveling so awesome to read. I really wanted to see translated. So let me pick
screen
up.
sharing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
I know when Twan does a screen share, I'm in for a treat. I know it's gonna be good.
Pull all these windows over here.
Let's see.
Okay.
He building a power army. Y'all such capitalists. I just love how people are so woke about capitalism, and then Power come along, and y'all seem to love it. That's why I don't even be fooling with y'all. If you telling me something wrong with me, no, we all got it in us. America is our daddy. He's our toxic daddy. That, you know, he a narc, and he just like got our mama caught up, and now he the daddy we got. So.
All right. So
let's pull it up.
So this is where we are, where we opened up in Solo Leveling this episode. And right off the bat, this manhwa, the way they do the lighting in here is so good. Look at like these little droplets, the window, the light coming out the windows, like it's just so beautiful.
I love Korean lighting. Korean does lighting, like even their shows, their manhwa, their boys love, just the way they do light is just. I'm like, listen, if you had an animation kink, for me, I've said this before, is lighting. You get the lighting right, which is why it's Tekken. I couldn't fuck with it. If you can, them
triangle shadows.
Don't get me started again, because I got.
Why is the shadow here no matter where?
Because the girls was mad when I was talking about it, but I have a thing about lighting. So if you get lighting right, I'm yours forever. Korean media period does lighting like no one else.
I'm talking, and like put their foot in it. So like there's a lot of that is like missing from this show. Like I don't want to say brightness, but just I don't know, I wanted it to be a standout. Like I wanted to really see those effects translated. So it kind of makes it look cute,
but it wasn't looking like that then.
It was not looking like this. Okay, when I tell you shading is on point here.
Yeah,
The
that's nice.
definition is on point here. Okay, look at this man going in. I just look at like all the line work. Of course,
Yeah, there's some
he's actually
movement.
moving. He's actually moving in the anime, so you might not get that all that much. But shoot, I would have rather seen him in the anime be like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
he was
really
on the One
going
Punch
at
Man
it.
workout for sure. Yeah,
puddles of sweat just on the ground. But yeah, it's like this. Look at the outline, like the way the light is just
yeah. That's very much that's very much so like Korean, yeah. Versus Korean hair. It's just the way they do their hair too is very different from anime. Their hair, like how they draw it and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes me so like look, it just one little panel. It's just so beautiful to me. You know, just seeing Janata her shoes.
Yeah. They definitely have a way.
Oh, hello.
Okay, we got that. I appreciated that.
But this one.
I feel like that should be behind a paywall. Okay. I'm just gonna say.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, we was liking the V-cuts. Pull up the general. Where he wasn't in here. He wasn't even in this. That was added. That whole general cutscene where he was like shooting a hole in the wall training.
He's further. We haven't met him yet. Now, we haven't. And when I tell you that is Zaddy with a Z. Chairman Go. I can't wait to pop up. But it also
we were trying to guess what that
like this
guy's power was because Yellow said dragon powers and I said fire. We don't know what his powers are yet. But based off how he looked, yeah, we were just guessing it would be something because his character design, he just looked, very. He got sharp nails.
Like you said, they do the hair so differently. I feel like too, and because like even his messy moments just look so good. Like he looks that's
Korean hair, and that's why like when I saw it, I was like Studio Orange would eat because they do Korean hair.
Muscle.
Like they do Korean hair. But I'm not mad at the anime one.
I'm not at all. I'm not at all. It's just like reading. This is a different experience. It's just a slightly different experience.
Like his hair like that.
When you're watching it.
I like that. But they kind of got the same hairstyle now, but yeah.
Let me see. Was there? Oh, yeah. I was about to show you. This was him meeting up with the...
Oh, it's the same people. The people he was with.
Yeah, it's the same people. Oh, and we also didn't mention how... And I wanted to put a highlight on that because I was like, remember...
Your mama
Absolutely. I'll say that way. I stand up in it. No, the people y'all come in here to watch. But like, and the entire time Jin Ho in this, just his armor,
he's so golden retriever.
It's so beautiful. He's definitely golden retriever.
He's golden retriever, or is he baby girl? I feel like he's golden retriever.
He's golden retriever energy. 100. Yeah. Oh, and this is another thing. I haven't seen them do this once, and it's making me a little concerned that they're just taking this element out of the show. You see in this gate here, all this purple and black, like crackling lightning and stuff that's coming off of this. Not only is this in the gates, it's also on Jin Woo very early on. He's emanating this kind of like black, purple, like almost like electricity, but not really. And it does play into later stuff, but it's making me nervous that they're not gonna. I don't know. It's making me doubtful of how they're gonna really interpret him later on.
Yeah,
right. Because let me see if I can go back to it earlier.
Because the gates in the show have the white kind of bright light coming out of them versus a dark thing kind of coming out of.
Yeah, it's really serene. It's like a serene, calming blue swirl that the gates have nowadays. In this anime, and I really and it's like, oh no, I'm trying to find a good shot. When he was fighting the snake, that would be perfect.
Because we were Twine and myself were having intrusive thoughts about the snake last week because I was at work trying to figure out if it was CGI or 2D.
Oh yeah, we did talk because apparently it was the train, a lot of the backgrounds, and the water was CGI. But I didn't recognize. It felt so fluid to me. I was like, that was great.
When it moved.
The train, yes.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad at all.
Look at
So,
Jinwoo during this fight too. Like when I tell you the way they drew his like anguish and his like
mhm.
the let me see, like the amount of effort, although he was getting his ass smacked around in the beginning of that fight in the anime, they just made it so much more apparent in the manga. Look at some of these panels, man.
Yeah, the snake is crazy. But they done
And
him
this is
bad.
also what I love about manga,
His
because there are
outfit is
panels
different. The
too.
colors that they chose. Wait, did he have that on last time? I
No,
don't
he
think
didn't. He
that.
had on his blue. He had on
I
his
feel like he had
blue
on that blue
outfit
hoodie. Right.
that he
Yeah.
had when he was. And that's another thing
That's a
too.
color theory
We
thing.
call his nickname is Sung Drip Woo for a reason. Okay,
He might get to the
Jinwoo
drip.
be styling
He might get to the drip
on these
now.
hoes.
He had on that little tracksuit though the other day.
He
He
did.
did have
He
a little
did.
tracksuit on. He might when he gets some money. Hopefully when he gets some money, he starts styling a little bit more.
But let me skip on to where he like was like, I have to get stronger. That little bit.
Yeah, a lot of this I think is pretty good translations.
Yeah, it's a very good translation
Just
of
some different
everything
color
that's happened.
choices, but that just has to happen. When you start talking about motion, when you start talking about drawing something
There we
in
go.
motion. Okay, so
Number
they
one,
did
he look a little ethnic here too.
he do is giving Luffy, giving
Give a
Brazil.
little Luffy.
Luffy's Brazilian apparently. But so I can see in the anime they're choosing to do more of a light aura instead of a dark electrical thing because he had a white kind of glow around his body.
Yeah, it was like a little light blue outline around it. This kind of the same expression a little bit, but it like I forgot because I wasn't looking at it immediately. But I wanted to see him really like come into himself and like really have that first moment of like unlocking those characters and looking a little savage. And then here, I just think they do it a little bit better. I don't know.
I don't know.
Which
the
one do you
anime
prefer?
one. I feel like here it kind of looks. This is the first time his eyes glowed.
Glue. a little bit, but then we really see it later on.
I think I liked it better in the anime there because here, I don't know. I think I can understand the choice. I think when you're talking about moving animation and making sure things can be seen because it was such a dark background, I don't feel like this would have translated as well in actual motion, and the visual cue may have been missed by some people because it is a little dark. So I do feel like having his body kind of have this like light glow around it, you can't miss it, you know? And it is less confusing for the viewer because I think seeing that, like if I saw electric coming out of him, like knowing me, I overthink a lot when I watch stuff. So I could have possibly been like, is he being electrocuted? Why is he being electrocuted? Where's the electric coming from? Is the boss doing that to him? I could have this whole moment versus seeing a glow. Then you kind of, from other media, you understand what that means without it having to be explained. Because like typically lightning isn't used for that kind of moment, right? Like unless someone's super Saiyan or powered up.
Yeah, a little crackling energy.
Right. When you start talking about animating and genres, you have to think about associations that the viewer brings with them. So I think the lightning brings a certain association that could cause a confusion as to what is happening to him. So I think making it a glow makes it very clear as far as you don't have to worry about those other associations coming in and confusing people. So I don't know. I can understand why they would choose a glow instead of like a lightning thing.
You know, I can see it too. I'm not a hater of it.
Visually, it stood out more from the background for me than that lightning would have, because I can't see. Watching The Dark Knight for me, don't know what happened.
Oh, fresh. That Game of Thrones did a absolute horrible job in that last season with all that darkness.
Right. So for me, just knowing that, I possibly could have missed the lightning. I'd be like, what is that? Did he get electrocuted? Because that was at the gate and now it's coming out of him. So is he being electrocuted? I don't know what's happening. I'm just saying.
Okay. I feel like all I'm really gonna task them with is not letting me down later on when he really comes into himself.
Hours up.
Yeah.
I think
like I'm gonna feel a little weird if they translate his abilities a little differently.
I don't think it'll be purple. I think they may bring it in later, but I don't think it'll be purple. I think it'll still be that light blue, kind of white.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll be purple like that though, ever. Would that make you happy if it was there but it wasn't purple?
I would be a little irritated. And I can't explain as much right now. I definitely can't explain as much right now because it's like spoiler on spoiler on spoiler. But I'm gonna need elements of his ability. Okay, I'll leave you with this, and I'm gonna circle back around to it. It's probably gonna happen at the end of this season.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna circle back around to like the way that his abilities are communicated once we see the end of the season. I feel like,
and then also the reason I said that I think they'll do it, but it won't be purple, is because we kind of see that a little bit with how he interacts with the interface. Mm-hmm. Like it has this electrical kind of stuff coming out of it, but it's white, like it's like light blue and white, something like. It's probably just gonna be.
Oh, let me go look and see how it looks
more
in the beginning of here. If it's the same.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I think they'll go with that. But no, I'm glad you shared those because I got a short attention. I'm not gonna go look at that because I'll just forget, and then we'll get to the next week, and then I would not remember. I did a little poll on YouTube, and the question was, "Who is Daddy?" And the options were Sung Jin Woo, Gojo, Geto, Nanami, and Sung Jin Woo won with 44% of the votes.
Dang, not loading him up with all the JJK daddies, and he's still winning.
He just came off the back of JJK, so that's his only competition right now.
That's very true.
So when we get more characters in Solo Leveling, we'll do this poll again and see who wins.
Cool, because there's some pieces that pop up, but I don't think none of them really.
I mean, dude like with the red hair for me, because we was in the Twitch chat, a little thirsty.
My Fire Eisen?
Yeah. Fire Eisen. Was that him?
What?
That was the same dude who had the glasses? Did you call him Fire Eisen?
Yeah, the good dude that has the glasses that you thought was evil?
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I call him Fire Eisen.
Was that's the swole dude from this episode?
Oh no.
Okay, I was gonna say
that's a different S rank hunter.
Okay, the S rank hunter who opened the episode. We opened. He was like being interviewed, I think, and then he was like blowing a whole. Dude. We saw him episode 1, right?
Bake.
Yeah, we saw him. Okay, we saw him episode 1 too. Beck. Mm-hmm. Okay, because he has the same name as Beck Young. I remember now. Okay, so Beck. We like him. He
his ability is interesting. I think my favorite of the S ranks that we saw so far is definitely Chahae In.
See, I don't know what he looked like. I don't know
the girl that did the blonde that did the little flip over the guy with the motorcycle and took the bag. Mm-hmm. I like her.
Oh yeah, I remember her, and I didn't even realize it was the same guy we saw episode 1 because he was fighting the ant, right?
Yeah, they went back in time for that, and now we're in the present.
He's fine. We like him. Beck, we like him. Okay, the girls like him, so he gonna go on the next poll. But let's see. I think that's truly it now.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So we're gonna do that.
So we're gonna have episode.
So we're gonna have to do that next week. So you're gonna have to pull up the panels so we can compare and see what we think.
Yeah, definitely.
As we talk about it. Okay. Well, everybody who's been watching, we've had a lot of viewers in and out, new viewers here. So shout out to all the new viewers watching us live. We appreciate lurks and everything, and everybody who did the poll. We had quite a few people do the poll, so that's cool. I'm glad that people are, discovering our content and get to watch us talk about shows we love. This is just kind of what we do. We would do this whether we were live or not. So we just decided to share our conversations we have with y'all, no matter how debaucherous. Make sure you subscribe. I usually only post lately Otaku Talk, but I am also a K-pop fan, so I'm going to be filming a video very soon about that. So just stay tuned. And then if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch because I watch Solo Leveling live on Twitch on Saturdays. So if you ain't got Crunchyroll, come on over there. I usually watch it first before I get into everything else. So follow me on Twitch if you want to check that out. It's Kawaii Bree 123. And I think that's pretty much it. So until we see y'all next time, don't forget to keep it cute and make sure you watch Solo Leveling, or what the fuck are you doing with your life, really? And why are you here? Because that's what we talking about.
If you got free time, read that manga.
And follow me on Twitch because the VOD review the VOD is still up. So even if you don't have Crunchyroll, go watch it before Twitch bans me. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.